Mm. Oh man, we live. Right. So, oops. Oh, playing with these YouTube stuff. Well, welcome everybody. The zero bodies, but welcome everybody to Plate of Possibilities. I'm Graham, and I'm here with Olivia Ponciano. Am I correct, Olivia?
Yes,
Wow. And she's from Oklahoma. Did I catch that right?
yes.
Yes. So this is like again across the ocean, different time zones. I think it's morning there by you, Olivia.
Yeah,
Or yeah, right. We just hit 5 o'clock p.m. here by us, which is the afternoon.
it's
And
10
your time,
a.m. over
Olivia?
here.
Wow, still morning. Right. So we talking across the ocean, and obviously before I just let me just see where is that the banner thing. So if you have any questions, whoop whoop whoop, that's the wrong one. If you have any questions for my guest Olivia, Q Q Q Q in front. If you have any questions.
Okay.
So the next thing that I'm gonna do, let me just get this Q Q Q out of the way and get Olivia up, and let's get up in close. There we go. Right though. So Olivia, um, how did I get to see Olivia? Where did Olivia's name or Carnivore Queen 31? How did I get to find out about Carnivore Queen 31? And I can say being on the Carnivore research team, the committee, if you know about the Carnivore diet community or the Carnivore diet movie, being on the research, you had an interview with Paul Cruz. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I liked Olivia's story, her carnivore story, and I would like to share Olivia to my carnivore community, right? That's following me and my subscribers, and obviously at the end, Homestead Owl, the movie. But yeah, to get to know who is Olivia, and if you would like to subscribe to Olivia, let me just pull up her webpage for you. Let me do that right at the beginning and just pull up a webpage for you. And there we go. Olivia's got 8 subscribers. So I'm gonna pull it up again and again just to show you guys that this is Olivia's webpage, Carnival Queen 31. Carnival with me at Carnival with me if you want to find her. Righto. So let's start with the interview. So Olivia, when you heard about the carnivore diet, did you see it as a plate of possibility for transforming your health and your lifestyle?
In the beginning, no.
Yeah.
I saw it and I just thought I didn't think it was going to work. So I just decided to try it for 30 days and just was at the end point of my life to where I needed something to work because everything else I was trying wasn't working. And when I started it, I was surprised on how much water weight I was losing from the very beginning.
Mm,
And I was shocked that, like, a lot of the things that everybody was saying about the carnivore diet was actually true.
mm,
And I was happy, but at the same time, I was like, kind of frustrated with my doctors that this whole entire time that they told me I shouldn't be eating so much meat because they said that meat is bad for you to eat too much in quantity because of my kidneys and my heart. They said
mm-hmm.
that it was going to make my kidney disease worse. They said it was going to make my heart failure worse, and they said it's going to make my diabetes worse.
Yeah.
And it started making everything better.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
after
So
30
it's
days, I decided to just
mm,
stick with it because it was working. Everything else I was doing before that wasn't working. I've tried keto before. I've tried the Atkins diet. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've done even the paleo diet where you just eat just
Hmm.
fish and like vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just felt like carnivore diet was so far the easiest diet for me to make me feel full for longer.
Hmm.
And I also noticed that it's easier with the carnivore diet because you don't really have to eat in moderation. Like all the
Hmm.
other foods that I was eating before, I didn't realize I was so addicted to sugar until after I started the carnivore diet. I think that's a
Hmm.
lot of the reasons why I'm feeling better is because I'm not eating so much sugar at all.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the next question is then, how did you discover the carnivore diet? Where
I
did
ran
you, who
into one of
inspired?
Ken Berry's show.
Oh, Ken Berry.
Yeah. I was talking to one of my doctors and they were basically just telling me, excuse me, my diabetes doctor was telling me I need to cut back on my carbs. And
Hmm.
she said if I kept it like to 10 to 15 grams of carbs a day, that would help my insulin level go down a little bit. And then I started looking up online, like what happens if you eat no carbs. And the only food I could find, because she gave me this little calorie counting book, and
Hmm.
it counts calories and carbs. And I was looking in that book, and I was like, the only thing in here that doesn't have that many carbs in it at all is meat. And then I just looked up, like, what happens if you just eat meat? And that's when I found Ken Berry's videos. And then I found Carrie's videos. And I just started watching some of those videos. And I thought, I'm at the last point. I might as well just try it and see what happens.
Yeah. Right. So on Kerry's videos, not yeah, on what you just said, I'm now curious at how many days are you on carnivore then?
I started in January.
Okay.
So it's been about 10 months now.
Wow.
And
That's
last year
awesome.
I was on keto, and keto was
Mm-hmm.
helping, but I noticed a lot of the stores sell a lot of keto junk
Mm-hmm.
snacks. That's what I call them, is junky snacks, because like a lot of them say it's keto friendly, but it's really high in sugar and carbs, and it was still spiking my insulin. And I was having to wear an Omnipod. It's an
Mm.
insulin pump. And I just got
Okay.
off of that about 3 months ago. I don't any
Wow.
longer have to be on an insulin pump. And I saw my diabetes doctor 3 weeks ago, and she said I don't have to be on insulin anymore at all. So I am completely off insulin now.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome news. Yeah. Right. So now we're gonna track back. Life before the carnivore. Can you describe what your life was like before you started the carnivore diet in terms of your diet and overall health?
Overall health, I was miserable. I had to have a walker to walk. I had to have a cane to get around. I
Wow.
still have my service animal who helped me walk around, and I still
Mm-hmm.
have my power chair. I still use my power chair every now and then because I don't just have diabetes. I also have kidney disease, which eventually my kidneys will fail. I also have a pacemaker defibrillator because I have heart failure. And I got heart failure after having my last child. Both of my
Mm.
pregnancies that were successful, I had preeclampsia whenever I was pregnant with them. So at the end of my last pregnancy, my heart failed and it got to 10% ejection fracture,
Sure.
which basically means like my heart was barely pumping at all. I was in the hospital for about 2.5, almost 3 months.
Wow.
And they put this like battery pack on me that I had to wear for a couple of months until they could put a pacemaker. You can see my pacemaker scar. I don't know if you can see it
Wow.
very well. It's just like a little scar, like all the way across.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and I have to wear that because it paced my heart because I have um like a not a good rhythm with my heart. It doesn't beat properly, and it's also
Mm-hmm.
so if I have a stroke or a heart attack or something, it'll keep me alive.
Yeah.
But with my kidney disease, they basically told me I can also get aneurysms as well in my brain.
Mm.
And they told me, I think it was about 2 months ago, they told me I also have like fibroids and lymph nodes that have to be removed. They're like, it's fibroids
Yeah.
in my uterus from after my last birth because I had to have a C section. So all of
Mm.
that has to be removed eventually too at some point. But I'm curious to know if this carnivore diet will heal that in a way to where I
Mm.
don't have to have surgery because it's healing everything else so far.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
take
I'm
its
still
time.
going to have heart
Mm.
failure and I'm still going to have kidney disease, but I feel like it's getting a lot better because my kidneys don't hurt as much. I used to have so much back pain that I could barely walk.
Wow. Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
I wouldn't even get out of my house half the time because I was in so much pain and so uncomfortable. And half the medicines they had me on made it to where I couldn't barely get around at all.
Sure. I can imagine yung not
Yeah,
moving around and just and obviously in pain a lot.
yeah,
Wow. And obviously an uncertain future as well.
yeah.
Wow.
In the beginning, my goal wasn't even really to lose weight. It was just to get rid of the pain and the discomfort. And I started to lose weight. I started at 250 pounds and I'm down to 230 so far.
Wow. Lovely.
A lot of it I
That's
feel is a lot of inflammation and swelling because I don't have to take my
mm,
water pills anymore. I had to take
mm,
Lasix because I would have so
mm,
much fluid on my chest. I don't have to take any of that anymore.
yeah.
I also have gout in my legs, my feet. I don't have to take medicine for that as much anymore as well too. So I'm off my Lasix, my medicine for my gout for the swelling in my feet, and insulin
Mm,
for my
sure.
diabetes. So
Yeah.
it's already a big improvement.
Yeah. Just tell me, is it type one or type two
Type 2.
diabetes? Type
Type
two.
2. I've always been pre diabetic ever since I was 16 years old,
Wow.
and I'm 31
Oh,
now.
17 years.
Yeah.
Did I calculate it right? 16, 31. Nah, 15. 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's on an early stage, being a diabetic.
Yeah. They say the reason why the doctors, anyway, say the reason why I am pre diabetic or have diabetes is because of my kidney disease.
Okay.
I have something called polycystic kidney disease where I get like cysts all over my kidney. And by the time I'm like 50, it'll look like I have like a big thing of grapes just hanging because
Yeah.
it will be like little cysts all over my whole entire
Moles.
kidney. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It just looks like I have a little bag of grapes on my kidneys.
Mm. Oh, you're teaching me something here today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they say those cysts can, they say the cysts can spread to other stuff.
Mm,
Like I've had ovarian cysts too, and
mm,
they said that that was because of my kidneys transferring the cysts to it.
sure. Yeah. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Maybe you might just talk. I'm stunned, truly. So the carnivore diet basically opened some new possibilities for you. Am I right?
Yes.
There's really possibilities. Things can, like you said, you want this to happen. And for me, if I look at myself, for me it was this hypertension thingy. Worried about clogged arteries, worried about heart attacks, strokes, because it runs
Yeah.
in my family. So that was for me. And the benefit, like you said, the weight loss is like just there. It just happens. You don't
Yeah.
want that to happen, but it just happens. But yeah, let me just continue. In what ways has the carnivore diet transformed your health and lifestyle, and what possibilities? I think we answered that. What possibilities has it unlocked for you?
Um, feel like I'm able to get around more. I still have days when I'm still in pain a little bit, but I just feel, I don't know, I just feel happier. I feel brighter. I feel like I can go and do more things. I'm able to tolerate exercise. I wasn't able to tolerate exercise before. I mean, I would be
Mm.
able to exercise before, but whenever I exercised, I would have to sleep the whole next day or 2 days because I would just be in so much pain from it. But now I can
Wow,
exercise and not be in so much pain.
wow, wow. That is awesome. That is
Yeah,
awesome. Really awesome what the diet can do, what
yeah.
this way of eating can do, and it gives
Even
a
just
person
being able to go for a walk with just my cane and not have to have my scooter or my walker as much is
Mhm.
still is a big improvement for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. For me, it's amazing. Your testimony is so amazing for the struggles you're going through, and the what you call it, the hope that you're
Yeah,
giving, that hope that you're giving to the audience, saying that this and this is like improving, and you're still on that journey. It's 10 months down the line, and you're still
yeah.
going. Yeah, and what doctors say, what do they know now? What do you say? What do they know now?
My
You're the one. You.
doctors,
Mm,
well, my doctors basically just didn't think I was gonna make it very long at all. Like
wow.
whenever first was diagnosed with heart failure, I mean,
Hmm.
I actually died whenever I was there at the hospital. They had to like resuscitate me because my heart had stopped. They
Yeah.
didn't think that I was going to make it. And I just kept fighting. I just didn't give up. I just kept pushing. I just kept thinking about my three girls that I have and that I need to make it home and I need to stay alive for them. And my doctors just kept telling me, you need to lose weight. Your heart is not good. And you have this kidney problem. You have kidney disease. And then I was developing the diabetes, which I had when I was pregnant as well.
Mhm.
Had gestational diabetes, but they still kind of don't believe that the carnivore diet is the reason why I'm getting better. They don't believe it yet. I finally got my diabetes doctor to understand. She
Yeah.
finally understands now, I think, that the carnivore diet has actually helped me because my A1C had dropped so much from 9.11 down to 7.6. She
Mm.
actually, I think, can see that it can make a difference on what you have on your diet and what it is you eat. What you put in your body really is your fuel. And if you don't
Mm.
have good fuel, you're not going to make it very far down the road.
Yeah. It's for me. It's also like, will my doctor understand? I never went to go visit my doctor after being on this diet. I'm too scared
Yeah.
what he's gonna tell me.
Well, my other two doctors, I haven't even bothered telling them because I know my heart doctor is probably going to be like, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be eating so much salt," because they all tell me the
Mm.
salt's not good for your heart either. So I'm just
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay. I was like, yeah, maybe some certain salts, but natural salts are probably better for you. Because I'm sure
mm,
some table salts aren't good, depending on what they put in it, or where it's
mm.
made.
Yeah, yeah. For me, same hypertension. What did the doctor say? Get rid of the sodium. Get rid of the salts.
Yeah,
Don't have too much. And
yeah.
now, and now I'm putting on salt like it's going out of fashion. Okay, that's the way we talk, South African style. But yeah, let me ask you about. I saw the heart, and I'm still trying to get that ox heart. Here
Yeah,
by us. The other thing that I want to get is lungs. Not
lungs.
ox lungs, but sheep lungs. Something like that. But yeah, let me ask you, what does a typical day of eating look like for you on the carnivore diet?
I don't really eat in moderation. I pretty much just eat any parts of the animals.
Mm.
We have a farm. We have 150 acres. And I actually just purchased 3 goats about a month ago because we were going to
Mm.
raise the goats for meat. But we eat, I mean, we have cows, we have some steers, and we have goats. Next year, we would like to raise meat birds. So we have like fresh chicken. But whenever we butcher our cows, we always just keep every organ there is that is good or healthy in the steer or the cow. And I
Mhm.
mean, we don't waste any pieces of our meat. I know a lot of people don't like organs much, but we pretty much just eat everything of ours, and it's all grass-fed beef. If
Yeah.
it's not cows that we raised, it's my husband's boss's cows that he raises, and he takes them to the butcher, so we get a lot of meat. Before that, it was getting really expensive. I mean, buying meat for us to eat.
Mhm.
I'm so far the only one doing the carnivore diet in my family of 5, but my husband does still eat a lot of meat, but he eats vegetables and stuff. But
Yeah. So,
they're
mm,
not all on board quite yet. But it's
yeah.
definitely a lot cheaper if you can find local meat to buy it that way than it is to buy it in the store. But
Yeah.
it takes a required taste to eat the heart or the lungs, or we've had beef tongue before. I like the way beef tongue tastes. I think all
I
the other
also like it.
yeah, a lot of people wouldn't really touch those organs, but as I feel like the organs are a crucial part. They have a lot of
Mm.
nutrients and vitamins in them.
Yeah. Can I ask you? I've been asked the question, how does beef tongue taste? What can, what is close to it?
I'd say
I
pulled
say,
pork.
come again?
Pulled
Pull?
pork,
Okay, pull pork.
like barbecue pulled pork. It's more tender than that, but it's kind of like pulled pork. It's really stringy, kind of like that.
Hmm. Okay, thank you for that one.
Yeah,
Interesting.
without the
Yeah.
barbecue sauce, probably, but because I know barbecue sauce has a lot of sugars and stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
I have found a
Yeah.
few barbecue sauce that is sugar free and really low carbs.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, by me, for me, I don't do any sauces. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I don't want sugar around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every time when there's something like sauces, I even if I go to a restaurant or a eating place, I would say to them, don't put any sauces on, please, because they like to with barbecue stuff. They like to put
They'll
sauces
layer
on. So
it. They soak
yeah,
it
layer
in.
it. They call it basted and all this. So I say, don't just give it to me like it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, let me see. So overcoming plateaus and challenges. Have there been times when you felt like you hit a plateau or faced challenges while following the carnivore diet? And the question following that, how did you overcome them and what possibilities did that open up for you?
I think my biggest challenge that a lot of carnivores haven't talked about much is not having your whole family on board with you when you're doing the carnivore diet. Because when you're trying to eat the carnivore diet and you have your family, like your kids bringing in a lot of sugar, Halloween is right around the corner. And it's really difficult seeing other people eat all that stuff and you're trying to have a good healthy diet. The
Mm,
one way I fix that is by limiting how much sweets and stuff is in the house and still letting my kids have it if they want to have it, because I don't want to put them on it unless they want
mm,
to. I want them to want it so that they can get into that lifestyle naturally on their own. But cleaning out your pantry, cleaning out your sauces, your spices, even the kids' juice. I didn't even realize how much sugar is in juice. It's almost better. Like, I'm not going to eat fruit But if my kids are
Mm.
going to eat fruit, it's better for them to eat the fruit than it is to drink apple juice. There's so
Yeah.
much sugar and all that stuff. I
Yeah.
really just think cleaning out the pantry and your spices and your refrigerator or your freezer and just removing all the things that you don't really want your kids to be eating so much of and limit it for their food intake and then have your own different stash for your food intake. I think
Mm.
that's the hardest part because whenever they have so much of their sugary snacks around, laying around everywhere, it just makes you
Mm-hmm.
more tempted. Eventually, you're going to want to have those temptations because you're going to have them when you go out. But it's easier if you start small by eliminating it in your house so
Mm.
that when you do have it in your environment, when you go out, it won't be as difficult. The
Mm.
other area that I don't hear very many people talking about with carnivore diet, I don't know if it's because there's not as many of them that are in and out of the hospital, but that was one of my biggest challenges is when I go to the hospital, they're not going to just offer me meat. If I'm a
Mm.
carnivore, they're going to have to
Exactly.
have serious food. So a lot of times if I'm there in the hospital, I'm gonna have to eat whatever they have because, or I mean, if I'm in there for a really long time, I guess I could just do some fasting, but then they
Yeah.
may try to keep me there a little bit longer. I mean, you got to eat whatever they have,
Yeah.
and I can see how that can throw somebody off the curve
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're
It's
not
true.
gonna have, they're
Mm.
not gonna give you steak, they're not gonna give you ribs, they're not gonna give you hot dogs, or they're not
Yeah.
gonna give you anything meat, or they will, but they'll mix it with vegetables and all the other stuff. And I
Exactly.
think when you're in
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
hospital, you just got to eat what you can until you can get
Mm.
out and then get back on track again. That's
Yeah.
one that I don't hear anybody talking about. But I don't know if it's
Yeah.
just because they don't have as many health issues as me, because I'm always in the hospital. I haven't been as much since I've started carnivore diet, but I still have been. I got COVID at the beginning of this year,
Wow.
and that was really difficult on me. It took me like 3 months to 3, 4 months to get over that. And then I also got the flu on top of that. But the year before, when I wasn't on carnivore diet, I was constantly sick. It was literally every
Mm.
month I'd have something. I've only gotten sick three
Mm.
times this year, other than COVID and the flu and like sinus
Wow.
congestion. But normally I'm always constantly in and out of the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true what you say. I've read it online that people is complaining about what you say about hospitals.
Yeah,
Being on the carnivore diet is difficult. They can't wait to get out of those hospitals to just go get some meat and
yeah,
eat proper. And I can understand what you're saying there. The other one, your other challenge about family. Yes, for 3 months, my family wasn't on board with me,
yeah,
and the temptations that ran around the house when they make your favorite dish was
yeah,
like, whoa, 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 what are you trying to do? Or a packet of chips. I used to like this. We call it samba chips. I used to
yeah,
like chips. Um, and a packet just lays in front of you from nowhere. It just lays here in front of you, and you have to make a decision. So I would understand what you're saying about family not coming on board, but yeah, I can't say that today. So my family is on board, and my wife is like thriving also on the carnivore diet.
that's
So
great.
that, yeah, so yeah, that is challenges. I can say what you're saying. That's a challenge. The
Yeah,
hospital one and the family one is really big challenges.
yeah.
But
Or
yeah,
even just trying to find ways to eat different, even for the holidays.
mm, yeah, especially now with the trick or treat. And
Yeah.
when is Thanksgiving? Do you have Thanksgiving?
We don't really do much
Thanksgiving?
for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Sometimes we do, but I mean that
Mm-hmm.
one, if turkey's okay for you. I think it's mainly all the side dishes, like the green
That's
bean casserole or the sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes.
mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
those are things that we kind of cut back on a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about Thanksgiving. That's why I'm just asking. I'm thinking all the holidays coming, and then
Yeah, there's
it's
Thanksgiving,
Christmas.
Christmas,
Yeah.
New Year's. I don't know
Yeah.
why they put them. It's like they put them all towards the end of the year, like all
Yeah.
the big
Just to
ones.
yeah, to fill your tummy for January to lose it again. I think that's where I don't know if you watched Joe Rogan saying the carnivore diet is a January thing. I don't know if you saw that video.
Yeah,
So maybe it's that why.
New
That's the
Year's
reason why.
resolution.
Yeah, losing weight. But yeah, on a lighter side, any hobbies? That trick question.
Yeah, I like painting. I like to go hiking. We went hiking about a week ago, and I was actually able to make it at the very top of the mountain. I
Wow.
normally wasn't able to. I'd only make it like a quarter way or halfway, and I'd have to
Mhm.
stop and wait for them to go all the way up to the top and come down. But this time I was actually able to go to the very top. I haven't ever
Wow.
been able to do that since I think I was like 22, like right before I
Mm.
had kids. That was the last time I remember climbing a mountain all the way to
Wow.
the top.
Wow.
Mm,
That is just amazing. That is just,
yeah,
it just tells me more about what the carnivore can do.
yeah,
Wow. Eating meat, healing. I like to hashtag my stuff, my videos called hashtag meat heals. And you
yeah,
just like telling me it works.
yeah,
For me it was like, okay, does it really does it? But now hearing testimonies of carnivores out there, it's like, yes, it works. I can tell you,
yeah.
it works. All right. So any here's a funny one. Any people ask you what you on? If they see you in the street, if they know your family, friends, um, like yeah, outside on the street, who knows you? Workers or whatever.
Not really. Our town is
Or they
really small.
okay. So you don't have funny questions of are you sick or what's wrong with you? Okay, they know the other part,
No,
but what why are you losing so much weight? Because yes, carnivore diet is a diet which a person can lose rapidly weight as well.
not really. I get more questions of like, you look good, or like, you look like you're feeling a lot better, or you're getting around a lot better, but they never really ask me what it is I'm doing or what it is I'm eating. They just
Hmm.
think, oh, wow, you're getting better. You don't look so sick anymore. But I haven't
Okay.
really gotten too many that say you look like you've lost a bunch of weight yet. I get some, but none of them really ask me about my diet. I just kind of tell them,
Hmm.
yeah, I've been eating meat for the last couple of months.
And
And
weren't
they're
they
just like,
surprised if you're saying so?
yeah, some of them are kind of surprised, but not a lot of them. A lot of them are like, oh, well, I can't do that. And I was like, yeah, you can. It's really simple. It's just beef, salt, water. And they're just like,
Yeah.
really? That's it? A lot of them think it's really difficult, but once you start
Yeah.
doing it, you really actually
It-
start craving it and stop craving
hmm.
all the other bad foods.
So next question. Any non-scale benefits that you've seen which they say is stuff that you didn't expect? Any something like that? Like I can
Mm.
say my wife said her hair is now stronger, it's shinier, which she
I've
didn't
noticed
expect.
my acne has cleared a lot. I
Wow.
used to have
Mm.
really bad skin and acne, and I also had eczema. My eczema is
Mm.
completely gone. My
Wow.
skin is like not itchy all over anymore. I used to
Mm.
get really bad bumps like all over my body, and I'd get rashes everywhere. But I haven't had any rashes since. And I
Yeah,
feel
but
like my
you
nails are getting thicker. Like my nails used to be really thin and brittle,
yeah,
but my nails are actually growing and are thicker.
no, you're
My
right there.
fingernails. Yeah.
I saw a TikTok video where somebody was just mentioning about the nails,
Yeah.
and I said to him, just watch your hair next.
Yeah. I do feel my hair is growing a lot faster. It didn't
Mm.
used to, like if I cut it really short, it wouldn't grow very fast. But I mean, it's this long now, and I cut like that much off of it in January,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's
grown like
growing.
3 inches already.
That's
So my
awesome.
hair's growing faster.
That's like new stuff is happening in your body that you're not
Yeah,
aware of, but it's happening.
yeah,
I used to say that everything is with inflammation, and once the carnivore sorts that out, then it's like, what must I do next? Let me fix that problem then. Let me fix that problem. That's how I look at the carnivore diet.
yeah,
And that's how I explain to people. Because yes, I'm not a doctor, so my way of explaining is like simply what I think. Okay, this is what it does, and
yeah.
hearing what others is saying. So yeah. So what is looking ahead? What possibilities do you see on your plate as you continue to follow the carnivore diet and promote it to others? What do you see in the future for you, carnivore diet?
I see a healthier self. I feel like I will get a little bit better than I am. I feel like every day I'm getting better. Um, and I really just want to help people out there that are not already on the carnivore journey to get on the carnivore journey
Mm,
and help others not make it really boring. Like make it like add more flavors to the meat, like maybe show others how to cook meat because some people don't know how to cook meat. I mean, some people
yeah,
will like cook their meat till it's brown and it's burnt. I really encourage people who are starting out the carnivore diet to get a meat thermometer and stop overcooking your meat. Um,
mm,
I really just want to help others out there who are suffering or in pain and just teach them that they don't have to live that way of life, being in pain all the time. They can change it, they can make a difference in themselves.
mm-hmm, yeah. Right, I got a comment here. My wife just joined and she has a question for you. She wasn't here when you told us. So let's just answer a question.
Since January, 10 months.
Yeah, she was now curious. But yeah, so any other future videos that you're going to release? Is there something in the line there? Is there
Yeah.
something there that you're thinking about of getting this message across to via your YouTube channel? There's some
Yeah.
plans there?
I'm gonna try to make more on carnivore plates, kind of what I
I would
eat in
love
a
that.
day. Maybe do more journeys of me working, like going for walks, um,
Yeah, awesome.
and just make a journal, I guess, for others to see how far I've come
Mm,
and help others, like answering their questions if they have any questions on how to help them get started. Maybe make a video
mm.
on like things that you may need when you first start with carnivore, things you should kind of expect when you first start carnivore.
Let's talk about that. What
Yeah,
will you, what kind of advice would you give to the audience out there if they want to start a carnivore diet, they're unsure, and they're looking now at us and we are talking all these miraculous things happening to our body on the carnivore diet. What would you tell them? How do they have to start? What steps? Did you take any steps? What steps is there
I would say
that they can take?
when you first start, don't try to break the bank. Like you don't have to go and eat big ribeye steaks or ribs. You can get the cheaper meats like chicken or pork or I mean even if you can only afford hot dogs, just even go with just hot dogs. You don't have to get the expensive meat because I know ribeye steaks and New York strips, all those meats can cost a lot of money if you can't afford it in the beginning. And get a meat thermometer if you can afford it. If not, one way with I know chicken is more difficult to cook it. I always boil it first and then cook it with whatever seasonings I'm gonna cook it with, because when you boil it, you're able to make sure it's fully cooked and the meat's more tender. It's not so dry.
Mm,
Um, but I think in the beginning, you don't have to worry about spending so much money. I know a lot of people say, well, meat's more expensive than all the other stuff. In a
yeah.
way, it kind of is, depending on what kind of meats you buy. But certain meats like pork and chicken and fish are not as expensive as beef. So
Mm,
you could even just do like ground beef. I found was a lot cheaper than steaks. And a lot of times I eat
mm,
the ground beef or sometimes steaks, but I mainly eat ground beef or chicken and sometimes fish. Um, and also not to expect to lose weight so quickly. I think when people hear about carnivore, they're like, they want to see the results right away. And they're like, I need to see it
mm,
now. Like, I'm not seeing
exactly.
nothing. This isn't working. You have to give it time. Everybody's different and everybody's body reacts to it at a different rate.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mm,
and another thing I would say is definitely you need electrolytes. I feel like anybody who
mm,
starts carnivore diet, the biggest thing they talk about is upset stomach. I didn't have upset
mm,
stomach for very long because I had electrolytes from the very beginning. I really feel like that's important because when I first started and I didn't have electrolytes for the first 2, 3 weeks, my stomach was upset. But as soon
mm,
as I put electrolytes in, that all went away. Your body really needs electrolytes and salt
yeah.
and and more fat. A lot of people don't eat enough fat with carnivore diet.
Mm, yeah. I hear about the fat, and I use electrolytes only when I get a cramp. My
Yeah,
calf is cramping. Um, and then I would say to myself, did my calf now get cold during the night? Because it's only
yeah,
at night time when it cramps. So that's when
yeah,
I use electrolytes. Further than that, but like you said, yes, on your start, I bought electrolytes
yeah.
just for that, easing into it. And maybe that is also part. Um, Other question, did you do any fasting during the carnivore journey?
Yes, I did some. I've been doing that a lot more than I was before because I felt like that was helping me a lot.
Mm,
Go ask Bella. Sorry, 1 second. I
it's
got some
okay.
food here. Go ask her. She'll help you.
What electrolytes do you recommend here in South Africa? Thomas, I can't say what to recommend, but what I do use, I can show you. Let me just show you. I don't know this question. I just need to. Do you see electrolyte fuzzy? This is what I use, and it's so little sodium. Sodium 438 milligrams, potassium 132 milligrams, magnesium 125 milligrams, calcium 31 milligrams, ascorbic acid, vitamin C 15 milligrams, and vitamin B1 zero point 0.3 milligram, and vitamin B2 zero point 0.3 milligram. That's what I use for as electrolytes. The others that they normally give you is when you are dehydrated. Um, I think I got two packs still here because people didn't understand what electrolytes means to me. So yeah, that's the only electrolytes that I find in the shop here by us in South Africa. Yeah, overseas it's LMT or
Yeah,
take a lot. Yeah, take a lot. Don't pay for this video, but yeah, take a lot. Got it on for 600 rand, if I'm not mistaken. LMT. So
there's
you
another
can go
one
there.
called Keto Chow, but I
Keto
don't know if,
chow.
yeah, I don't know if they
That's
can
in the
get that
states.
over there. Yeah,
That that one is in the states. I went to go check because yes, I even went to go ask for powders because I hear people
yeah,
make their own electrolytes. So I even went to go check for that, but not even our health shops can help us there. I guess my wife just
yeah.
wanna congratulate you.
Thank you.
Olivia, about your, I think the time period that you're on the carnivore diet and you're
Yeah,
still going strong.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Thomas, on the chat. So, what did I miss? What did I miss? Anything you would like to share, Olivia? This is now a tricky question.
Um, if there's
What?
ways for others to raise their animals, that helps a lot as well. I know a lot of people can't do that if they don't live in a farm, like live on a farm or close to a farm. Even if there's not ways for them to have their own farm and raise their animals, to find them like local farmers. A lot of local
Mm-hmm.
farmers may be willing to help them a little bit more with
Yeah.
finding like grass fed animals.
Mhm.
My kid is going back in here. Well, okay. I'll help you in just a minute. Go on. I'll help you in a little bit. Just asking for help with her game. Sorry.
That's kids, man. We all
Yeah.
love our kids, so yeah, let's just help them. Yeah, but you were saying about helping farmers.
Yeah, there's ways to help farms. A lot of
Mm,
times, if you can help local farms, they can help to get you like fresh meat because most of the local farms they butcher their own or they have a butcher that butchers all their cows and
mm,
goats and sheep and stuff like that. There's a way to get in contact with some of them. They may be willing to help give you your meat at a lower cost than what the grocery stores are costing. If you,
mm,
because like I know my husband's boss, he butchers his own steer, his cows,
mm,
and it say it costs like $1,000 or $2,000 to butcher the cow. We all put in a certain percentage of our own money to have that
mm.
cow butchered, and then we get a portion of the meat. But it would
Wow.
cost a lot less doing that than it is going to the store. Like if you put $200 in to have that cow butchered, going to the grocery store and putting in $200 in like steaks, it would you wouldn't get nearly the same amount. You wouldn't get the same portion. You'd get a
Mm,
quarter of what you would get if you found a local farm
yeah.
that butchers their own cows.
Mm,
It's a lot cheaper that way. And you get other cuts of the meat that you probably wouldn't find in the grocery store as well too, like the organs. That's how we get the
mm.
organs. A lot of the times you can't find that in the grocery store.
Yeah. I see carnivore bypass carnivore has joined us. Hi everybody. Hi Diane.
Um,
And Diane just said that sounds like a good way to do it,
yeah,
to get good meat. Right. So here's a question for you since Diane has joined. How would you cook a beef tongue?
I would put it in a pressure cooker first and
Mm-hmm.
um, cook it all the way through in a pressure cooker. I did ours overnight for 6 hours on low on a in a pressure cooker or slow cooker, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that, then I cook it in a pan. You have to peel the skin off of the tongue, of course, and then you shred the beef from the tongue, and then you put it in a skillet with some salt. I don't normally
Mm-hmm.
use oil. Sometimes I do. If I do, I try to use um, the best kind of oil you can find. I like coconut oil or avocado oil, or I use butter. I've been using butter a lot more than any of the oils,
Mm-hmm.
really. I don't use oil much anymore. But I would just put like butter in the pan and then I would saute the meat with some salt and pepper.
Sounds delicious. I
Yeah.
see
My
I
husband,
see my wife is laughing and Diane is laughing. I made a video of how to cook a beef tongue.
yeah.
And you say now 6 hours. Mine was in for an hour in the pressure cooker.
Well, if you do pressure cooker, you could probably do it for less time. Pressure cookers cook it a little bit faster.
Mm,
I don't know. I like my slow cooker. I always just put it
mhm,
to cook in at nighttime. So when I'm sleeping, when I wake up, it's ready to go the next day. And then I have meat for the whole day. And I just saute it with everything else. Like if I have any other beef or chicken or something.
mhm.
And the grill is a good
Let me.
option too. A lot of people like the grill.
Yeah. For me, it's all air fried currently, and
Yeah.
obviously pan fried. Let me just give a shout out again to your channel for those who would like to subscribe. Give some love to Olivia by subscribing to her channel. As you can see, there's a big heart. And I must wait. I'm messing up my screen here. Wrong screen. All
Beef heart.
right, there's a beef heart. So Olivia likes to cook, and she would like to. She's gonna make us some nice meals. Am I right, Olivia?
Yeah.
I'm not dreaming. Virtual meals for us to
Yes.
watch and see. Because yes, this is a three steps process. As you can see, you get the heart, then you get all the butter on the heart. Because somebody did ask in a chat. Yes, that was in a Facebook chat that I'm on. Um, how do you cook a heart? How do you make a heart? And I referred your link these three videos on that chat,
Mhm.
and they were like, "Wow." So I don't know if they made it. I don't know, but this gave him an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
The
So let me
biggest part
just.
with the heart is when it's been cooking in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. It's always good to cover it with some foil so it doesn't burn because the heart can burn real easily in the oven.
Hmm. Um, Talking about all the organs, liver,
Not a
eating
fan of
liver.
that one. I've tried it
No.
before, but I don't like that one for some reason.
Chicken livers?
No,
No, you must try chicken
I
livers. It's
probably
better
will
than
try it
ox.
again now. Now that I'm on the carnivore diet, but before when I wasn't on the carnivore diet, I didn't like the liver or the gizzards.
Mm-hmm. Right, let me just see where's that Oh, the gizzards.
Yeah,
And ever heard of chicken feet? No.
yeah, I've
So you
had
get
those
chicken feet.
before. Yeah.
Well, that um Thomas RSA, you see, it's not just there, it's overseas as well. In Oklahoma, you'll find chicken feet.
Yes.
The delicacy. Yeah, it's always strange. Let me just
Yeah, I
see.
eat
Let me just.
chicken feet.
Yeah, it's always strange to find out that other people, because I still want to go try the chicken feet.
Yeah,
Um.
it's really good in
So
soups.
okay. So
You can
you
try
saying
it.
when you, when you say soup, are we talking broth? Can I use it in broth?
Yes, chicken broth
Yeah.
or
So I
bone
can
broth
make.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I must go buy a pack and just throw it in the pot. So
Yeah, I
how
don't
would you
see
make
very
that?
many people with eating soup on carnivore diet too. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's still a carnivore meal. Bone broth, beef broth, and chicken broth is still okay for us to consume. And I
Mm-hmm.
would just boil it and make a soup just without the vegetables, just with the chicken
Yeah.
in it and chicken feet. And just chop up the chicken and the feet and boil it. It's really simple. I'll have to make a video on that. All the things that most people don't eat on carnivore diet that are easy for us to
Yeah.
consume. I guess those are the videos I need to make because there's
Yeah.
not
And
many
and
videos on that.
yes, and these meats are cheaper.
Yes.
Yes, it's easy, it's cheaper, it's full of nutrients, and
Yeah.
it gives you a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Olivia. it is nice chatting with you and nice
You too.
understanding the other side of the kitchen. Let me rather say the other side, and obviously your plate of possibilities, because yes, you've thrown a lot of things on the plate of possibilities, and the food, your life story, um, where you've been and what carnivore diet has done thus far to you, um, helping you in your health. For those who didn't, who just joined us, um, Olivia suffered from diabetes type 2 and still is, have a pacemaker in,
Yes.
um, kidney disease, gout in the feet, if I wrote that correctly,
Yes.
and well, I can't even understand my own
Fibroids.
writing.
Fibroids
Come
in
on.
my uterus and lymph nodes that have to be
Yeah,
removed.
yeah, and she's 10 months on this journey, and just sees spectacular results, and she jumped in to see if the carnivore diet is gonna help her, and she's losing also weight in the process. Not so fast, but she was at 250 pounds. She's now at 230 pounds,
Yeah.
which is amazing for a 10-month journey. And but the better thing is, it's not about the weight; it's about the
Yeah.
feeling good. Um,
Not being
not
in pain.
not depending on certain things that she used to depend on. So that's just awesome. I think I just grabbed it nicely in a bowl to just tell our viewers what they missed, but they can watch it on the rerun. And obviously, don't forget to subscribe to Olivia, the Carnival Queen 31. You 32 now, am I right?
Almost.
Almost,
Yeah.
almost. It's around
Not
the
too much.
corner. So are you
Yeah.
gonna change it to 32?
Probably.
Wait, let me just see what just came through. I didn't think there would be any meat on chicken feet. Mm,
Yeah. There is a tiny
yeah,
bit.
yeah. It's nice and juicy when you just lick off the bone.
Yeah.
That's what I can say. I'm a chicken lover. So if somebody misses it, then I'm like upset. If there's any meat on that bone, I'm getting upset. So yeah. Right. So from Diane, wow, I'm so glad you are feeling better.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Right. So Diane is bypass carnivore. I think if you've seen her maybe on one of my videos, we had a live with David. So yes, bypass carnivore was there. Good for you, Olivia. My gout disappeared 7 months in.
Oh, that's perfect.
Mm. Yeah,
It's
that's
really
awesome.
painful. Gout is not fun.
Yeah. My other buddy, Baba, he still has some gout, but
Yeah.
basically it's slightly relieved, he says, but he
Hmm.
has some acid, what acidic in his still in his blood, I think. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a slow process, or not slow. It's a process. I'm not gonna say slow. It's a process.
Yeah.
Yeah, your body has been damaged for so many years, and now we wanna heal it in a few months. It's not gonna happen. It's a process.
Yeah.
Susan Hampton has joined. Susan Hampton, let me just show your page again. Um, Olivia. There we go. Isn't it, you look at Olivia's face on the picture and look at her now. Isn't she lovely? Oh, my wife is gonna hate me now. Isn't she lovely? But yeah, what a change. You look amazing as well, Olivia. Wait, my wife said something. There we go. She's Carnival Queen 31. Susan Hampton. I'm just on. Wow, Olivia, that's amazing. Yet it's not about the weight. I agree. It's about feeling great. Yeah, and now we're gonna get Yes, there's the channel, and Susan is saying, "Thank you, beautiful." So that's for you, Olivia. You're looking
Thank
beautiful,
you.
smashing.
Thank you, everybody.
Um, let me just. I like this. This.
Carnivore
This.
Queen 31. I have some exciting news. I went to the diabetes.
I like that video. Just go have
Yeah.
a look. It's awesome. So yeah, thank you, Olivia, for coming on board the plate of
Thank you for
possibility.
having me, Graham.
Yes, I hope I can chat with you again in the future.
Absolutely.
I am the nervous one sitting here, worried about be interviewing people, interviewing carnivores. So I'm the nervous one. But yeah, thank you. I feel much relaxed, and I hope everything is going to get better and better, and your family's health will be better, and your mom's health will be better.
Thank
Um,
you.
so yeah, thank you, Olivia, for coming along, and let me just for coming along on this plate of possibility.
Thank you
Wait,
very
I
much for
must show.
having me.
Yeah, appreciate you, Olivia. Um, it's my wife saying you're just absolutely gorgeous. I think she subscribed to your channel, and
Awesome.
yes,
Thank
she will.
you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. So thank you, Olivia. So how do we say goodbye? Do I got any words of goodbye for everybody? It's Bypass Carnival. So, as you know, when I say goodbye, there's always this funny way of saying goodbye. So, thank you everybody for watching. This is Olivia, the Carnival Queen 31, and Graham, the Carnival Transformer, signing off. Bye! Yeah, I did it.
Thanks, everyone. It's all